says the paradigm is fallen. Radiant Garland says it stands upon the edge. Radiant Maiden says the paradigm is fallen. Galadriel says the paradigm is dead. Radiant Garland says the paradigm is fallen. Radiant Maiden says rest your weary head. Galadriel says the paradigm is fallen. Radiant Garland says it stands upon the edge. Radiant Maiden says the paradigm is fallen. Galadriel says the paradigm is dead. Radiant Garland says the paradigm is fallen. Radiant Maiden says the paradigm is dead. Son. Well, do I know Donnie? Or do I bloody know Donnie? I just said last night I've been thinking for a week. Donnie would take it to the Supreme Bloody Court. The desire to starve you. I knew he would take it to the bloody Supreme Court. Because he is the bloody Antichrist. What else would he do? But anyway, welcome to another episode of the Apocalypse. And since you have unwisely chosen the Apocalypse, you are in urgent need of a guide. Unfortunately for me, I happen to be that guide, your humble guide. Nicholas, so good to bloody see you again. Very sorry for the absence. I was censored yet again. I just randomly checked, and here I am. But again, I must ask, do I bloody know Donnie, or do I know Donnie? I've been rather fixated on the Reich's desire, carnal, bloody desire to starve you. That's intentional, son. I don't know if you knew that. So I've been covering that for the past few days. And what happened? Well, November 1st came along, and no one got their food card money, even though there were court orders. Another deadline came the 4th of November. Still no money, yet the court said it was due by the 4th. Okay, let me begin this. So that deadline was told to fuck off. Courts defied, fuck you. We really need to starve the people. That's what I was waiting to see again after November 1st. What would happen with this? Whether I made a decision. Are they literally trying to starve you intentionally? Yeah. They've shown me. He's taken it to the Supreme Court. Exactly what I thought he would do the second the first court ruling came in, saying, you know, Reich, can you really not just straight up starve people and steal their money? Can we at least not do that? Reich said, nope, appeal denied. Now let's take it to the Supreme Court. And of course, what happens there? I knew, again, I told you the other night, beforehand, the Supreme Court would rubber stamp the shit. What did they do today? Rubber stamp the shit. So now the Supreme Court, along with Haggard, Brooke Rollins, along with Donnie, along with the couch fucker, and so many more, have their name on starving the masses intentionally. Not that I ever thought they weren't capable of that. Again, that's why I've been yelling for 10 fucking years. Not for my health, for fun, for fame, whatever. No, oh no, son. Yelling this type shit don't make you popular, man. One of the reasons I've been censored all over the fucking place. Yeah, I knew this type of thing was very possible under these demons, under this demon. Again, why I've been yelling for 10 years, not for fun. I didn't wake up one day and say, hey, I would really love Google and everybody to send 60,000 bots to a tiny little channel that I have after being shut down 19 million times. Going from like 10,000 subs to 6 to 3 to 2, staying at 2 something for a while, then it goes back up to 5, and I'm not even talking about rock stars. Magically enough. When they send 60,000 bots to a guy whose channel has 5,000 subs, most of who don't even watch him anymore, and censors him left and right, why does this man merit that type of attention? Did you ever ask yourself that? I never got 1 million subs. They would never let me get close to that. They would make sure of it. And they did. Why would a guy with so few subs, most of who don't even watch anymore, why would they still need to silence that person? Why would they send so many at that channel? Why is it necessary? Because that person must be damn effective, that's why. The second I got 2,000 views on TikTok, channel over. That's how dangerous I am, son. And they all know it. Just talking. That's all I do. That's how dangerous what I say is. to the paradigm that's been since day one, and the imp and all his little minions who control the levers of power and censorship. And I don't. Ask yourself again, why send 60,000 bots? Not right now. I've been shut down for months. Before, when I hit 5,000 and I wasn't even paying attention, because that's how much I care. Why do you send 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 60,000 bots to a video that might get 150 views by real, actual people? Why would you do that? Only one reason. Person must be damn effective. Or lying their ass off. If you lying your ass off, you're doing terrible things. Well, they used to ban people for terrible things. Then they let all those people back on. As they continue to ban me. The guy who never even cracked over 10,000 subs his entire tenure. Why? I'm not a defamer. I've never been sued. Never. No cease and desist ever. Nothing, son. Nothing. Why? Because I cover my ass. And I don't make false allegations. That's why. And people know if they wanted to take it to where people would be looking into them, it would go badly for them. That's why not 1, 0. And no, that's not a 666. That's a 0. Sorry, it's the only shape my hand can make. Maybe if I do it like, how about that? Oh no, that's the one eye now. I believe in Jesus Christ, damn it. I am not a Satanist. These people are. Literally. The guy staged a coup. Look at this motherfucker. And he got replatformed and paid millions of dollars. You know why, son? Because he's the Antichrist. That's motherfucking why. So, again, we're continuing with the food thing. This is something Donnie said yesterday, continuing with this weird, very colorful kind of clown press conference they were having somewhere last night. This is one of the things he said. We went over some of the other ones already. Food stamps were never meant for people who can say, I don't think I'll work, I'll just collect this money. Donnie's never worked a day in his life, son. Not one. Born filthy rich, inherited money after that. Never had to work a real job, work hard in his life. He'd been grifting since day one, and now he got your credit card, son. And he's swiping it everywhere he goes. As if it's water. That's what's been going on. And everyone knows it. Yet when it comes to food money, oh, well, they're all people just sitting home that don't want to work. Nope, disabled, elderly, children, all kind of people that benefit from that program. Not even the majority of the people are just people that want to sit home and not work. Says a guy, again, who will spend $3 million on a party of your money and then go golfing every weekend with your money at his own club so he can pocket it. This is the guy telling you, you just don't want to work. That's why you're on Snap. Let's not even mention the people that work at McDonald's and Walmart. How we're subsidizing greedy scumbags, basically, because they want to pay slave wages. We're picking up the slack because multi-billion dollar corporations want to pay $12 an hour. That should be a problem for all of us. and higher wages should be demanded. Instead of, let's have them work at Walmart, whatever. Most jobs don't offer full-time and don't offer benefits, so let's not pretend they do. 9 out of 10 jobs don't. And if one job does, then you've got 3,000 applicants, and you ain't getting it, son. Sorry. You ain't going to be the best one. That's the real job market. And it's been like that for a long time, especially now, my God. No one wants to give full-time and benefits. We all know this. I don't even have to say it. But we'll have a lot of disingenuous people and bots and things like that will say things like that. No, there's not a great job for everybody. If everyone woke up tomorrow with a master's, there would not be enough jobs to... there wouldn't be enough space in the job market for all those master's degrees coming in for the $80,000 to $1 million a year salary. That's reality. We all know it. And that's why I don't debate you about it. Because I'm down with reality, son. That's all. That's all I'm doing here. And when you state reality since the beginning of time, motherfuckers have been executed for that. A lot of motherfuckers. And we're getting into a Reich that's going to start doing shit like that. I mean, does Donnie seem like he takes criticism well? Or being held accountable? No. So this myth since the 40s, whenever welfare started, only ethnic minorities get it. It's only black single mothers getting that. No, majority white country, mostly white people. White people get the majority of the welfare. That's reality. Don't want to debate you. Because, again, I'm down with reality, not talking points. Donnie's saying other people are saying, I don't think I'll work, I'll just collect, as if everyone can just go on down the welfare office because they don't feel like working and just get that shit, right? It's that easy, right? No, it isn't. You got to jump through hoops. Anything free. And we all know that as well. Again, says the grifter who's spending your money like water right now. I won't list the ways. I'm too tired, man. And I shouldn't have to at this point. It's a shame. People still fighting it. Still fighting for Satan. Still fighting for this beast. Be troll, bot, the person that sent the bots, whatever. You're responsible for whatever the bots do, son. You know that? Whatever PR firm, whoever you are. I don't care. When you do send them. I'm not even saying they're here right now. I don't know who's here right now. I haven't been on in a long time. But you're responsible, son. When you press the button to deploy whatever, 1 million bots, whatever you got going on, whatever scam you got going, you're responsible for that. That's you. Same thing when some shitty AI program takes down someone's work, like mine. That's you, son. So you can say AI did it, or this did it, or that did it, whatever you want to say. Still you, son. That's simple. That's the whole point of AI, sending out an image of you to do things for you. That's what the oligarchy wants it for. They all have their individual versions of it. Their legions of fucking bots they deploy on their websites, and they allow other people, as long as they pay, I'm sure, to deploy theirs. Unbelievable, this fucking guy. As he steals your food money, calls you a bum that doesn't want to work. You know how many children eat off SNAP? Because their parents can't afford to feed them. And that's not their fault. There ain't enough space for everybody to have the fat salary. Don't try and pretend there is. There never was enough space, son. You can work at McDonald's 90 hours a week. You still ain't paying your bills, and everybody fucking knows it. You can have 19 minimum wage jobs. You still won't be able to have an apartment. That's where we at right now. Let's not pretend otherwise, okay? Okay, cool. That's what Donnie's doing, calling you a bum as he steals your food money, as he starves you intentionally. Remember, they appealed the decisions to dole out your money. They lost the appeal, and they took it to the Supreme Court, just like I told you they would, baby. God, they're so predictable. It was all written, so it ain't just me figuring it out. Again, I have the cliff notes. I already know what you all are going to do. Every single one of you. It's already written for over 1,000 years. And you're all living up to it so wonderfully. And I mean everyone. Somebody asked... I talked about the Walmart turkey meal. Donnie got Walmart to lie for him and say, you know, I know I'm stealing your food money. Let's not talk about that. Hey, the Walmart turkey meal is 25% cheaper than crooked Joe Biden in 2024. And then when you look at the Walmart meal, it has 6 less items. The turkey's smaller. And the name brand items have been replaced with you motherfuckers. Great value Walmart brand items. So, disingenuous concept. It's not the same food that was sold last year when Crooked Joe was president. And you know what I didn't see under Crooked Joe? Bread lines. The military deployed on your streets. Concentration camps celebrated. They have parties at them now, Donnie and the boys. Right on camera. Death camp in El Salvador. I don't remember all this Biden doing this. Do you? Biden saying, hey, I think you owe me $350 million. Really? We owe you $350? You're just proclaiming it, Caesar. And I'm sure your DOJ will sign the fuck off. Do you understand the demon you've created, bots? The person that sent you. I'm just... Hey, Pam, would you sign this paper that says I get $350 million? I was treated unfairly, Pam. Oh, if Biden said that out loud, again, you people be rubbing shit on your own walls, son. Are you fucking kidding me? You put a demon in charge, and it's going to come back and bite you in the motherfucking ass. It already is. A lot of money disappearing. Going in someone's pocket, I presume. Gee, I wonder who it could be. So someone asked Donnie about the Walmart meal. Now that we all know it's not the same meal they sold in 2024. Donnie and Walmart got together and they came up with a talking point for you rubes and bots and Russian trolls and Vlad to throw out there. And the Walmart advertisement that it's 25% cheaper this year is the talking point. But here's the thing. If you didn't get your food money, you can't afford to buy shit, can you? So it don't matter what the turkey meal costs, right? The great value generic is. Oh, Swanson, get rid of that. Great value. Green Giant, get rid of that shit. Great value. GMO, straight out the dirt garbage. I know I'm stealing your food money, but hey, go down to Walmart, look at the turkey meal, it's 25% cheap. Affordability. I don't want to talk about affordability because that Walmart meal's 25% cheaper, son. I know you can't buy it because I stole your food money and I'm taking it to the Supreme Court so I don't have to give it to you. Because then you'd find out I stole it. I explained this in many videos. It's become quite clear to me that they did not get the response they were looking for by deploying the military and all the provocation type things. That Gatsby party was another provocation type thing that was intentional. The theme was intentional. The footage of it was intentional. As your food card said, 0. That was all intentional. Why? Because the Reich needs a Reichstag fire. Hitler staged his fire. They're trying not to stage it. They've tried to turn incidents into nothing into some things. A bunch of those. We've seen this. The fake outrage. The overreaction. They need riots. I'll make it real simple for you. They need riots. That was Donnie's ace, the starvation. He wanted to keep it going until you rioted. What do you think happens when you starve people? Every king and Caesar knows that. Maybe that king or Caesar is looking for an excuse to crack down, invoke the Insurrection Act he's mentioned 19,000 times, that he's going to do in the near future. Probably around a certain election. Maybe before. Who's to stop him? Nobody. Military already went along. Over. Done. So someone asked Donnie about the Walmart meal, and Donnie didn't like it very much. And this is what it looks like. The Walmart Thanksgiving meal is cheaper, but it also contains less. That's the reporter saying that. Trump, well, I haven't heard that. Who are you with? I'm with NBC News, sir. Fake news. You're fake news. Calling everything fake news when it's not fake news, when it's reality, is why your country is over, son. I'm sorry. Recent number, 9,999,000. Taking your cues from a serial grifter liar, compulsive liar. He's got so many maladies. Taking your cues from that has cost you the empire. Will cost you much more. You don't want to know how much. I've already told you people enough, haven't I, over the years? Again, right to, you point out reality. You point out that the meal is not the same meal as 2024. It's got 6 less items. Many of the name brands have been replaced with great value. And the turkey's smaller. Donnie didn't want to hear that. He got pissed off. Now I'm going to try and get you fired. Who are you with? You're a liar. Fake news. That's why your country's over, son. Because you gave that the keys. Anything he doesn't like, anything that threatens his grift, anything that threatens his starvation of you, there is a real desire to starve you. I hope you understand that by now. He took it to the fucking Supreme Court, son. Let's not have any, pretense that they don't want to starve you. Let's not pretend. He's the Antichrist. I'm sorry. I don't want him to be. I didn't want him. I went on about my life. I was yelling about this guy. People wanted to talk about the rock star. People got mad at me, never spoke to me again. I was talking about this before the rock star, though, but once the rock star thing started happening, that's all anybody wanted to hear about. Whatever, I understand. I'm not mad at nobody. So I started talking about this again because I knew what he was. And then I let it go for a while. I didn't want him to be. And then the head wound. And then this. And now we're at the point, concentration camps, masked men with machine guns kidnapping people, military deployed on your streets, starving you intentionally. Government been closed for a month, probably will never open up again. It wouldn't surprise me. And as he's starving you, when the reporter asks him about this stupid Walmart meal, he's on the train of, I want to try and get you fired, and calling it fake news right in your face in front of the whole world. We're about to, not we, the Reich is about to take over Venezuela's oil fields. Maduro has already agreed to step down if it comes to that. It's just to save his miserable life and where he gets asylum and, a bunch of guarantees. Nigeria is about to face some military action by the Reich. For minerals, other natural resources, Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world. That's why Venezuela is being hit first. The annexation has already began. I'm glad I got on this tangent. I forgot to tell you that. Did you notice? First was the Holy Land. I said all roads lead there many times, months and months ago. And for years. What did Donnie take first? The Holy Land. He runs the Board of Peace. He runs the Middle East. I'm not kidding. Including the Holy Land. He's in fucking charge. Do you notice every time there's a skirmish, he acts like, Daddy, I'm in charge, I'll handle it? Did you notice he signed the historic peace deal even though it's not really peace and it was at the end of a gun? Still the deal, son. The one talked about in the story. That's the scary part. That I've listened to lesson after lesson for decades about how the man that makes that deal is the man. Common knowledge. Greasy Pete knows it. The annexation will continue with Venezuela, Nigeria. Maybe he'll eventually move to Greenland and Canada if the Reich gets that far. I don't know how far it's going to go, how many years he's going to get. Again, I feel an urgency, or I'd be sleeping right now, son. Because I ain't getting jack shit out of this. But it's that important. Greasy Pete has been giving speeches. I really think this is their idea. This group, including Pete, Leon, Donnie, and others, that know who they are, know what they're doing, and they want to avoid one part. And Pete says it outright. We need to avoid this Armageddon part. There's a path between the Antichrist. This man has said this. And Armageddon, as if they're separate things. To them, it has to be. It's their only hope. When Pete says things like that, that makes me think, like a movie, he knows who he is, who Donnie is, what they're doing, what time we're in, the whole thing. And that's what this whole peace talk is all the time. Not just that Donnie wants the Peace Prize. They may have known since the first term because Donnie wanted it then too. This need to make him the man of peace, just like the story says, by the way. Is it them trying to avoid Armageddon like Greasy Pete says? Greasy Pete said he wanted to cause as much peace as possible. But Donnie's kick about peace for 10 years. Again, do these people know who they are? Do they know what all this is right now, like I do? And that's why you have, this mega rich person that got billions in welfare from us and many other countries is out there giving speeches about Greta Thunberg's the fucking Antichrist or someone like her, and it can't be a tech bro, and AI's great, and if you don't like AI, you're a minion of the Antichrist. He said this. Pete, it makes me think you know who you are, who Donnie is, what all this is. What's up with that, Pete? What's up with desperation to convince people of these absurd things? Again, you have a mega rich person who leached just amazing amounts of welfare from various countries, including ours, out there giving speeches that Greta Thunberg's the Antichrist, or someone like her, can't be a tech bro. Anyone who talks shit on AI, doesn't love it, is a minion of the Antichrist. And there must be a path between the Antichrist and Armageddon, as if they're separate things. They're not. They are one and the same. They go hand in fucking glove, hand in hand. Sorry, Pete. You wanted this road, son. Now you gotta walk it. We all do. I'm really wondering, I was just thinking about this today. Do they all know what I know, who they are, the whole thing, the whole story? And they just want to avoid that judgment part. And they so worried about it. They're worried about the reaction to AI in the future because they know what they're going to do with it, and so do I. That they're trying to head it off at the pass and tell this wild narrative about how the Antichrist still has to be a liberal after all you've seen. True rubery. Because they know they lying. Do you know they lying, though? That's the real question, son. Are you quick enough on the fucking uptake to understand Greasy Pete is lying to you? And saying what he says for a purpose. Again, this seems to mean a lot to Greasy Pete. This road between Armageddon and the Antichrist, and what he means. He doesn't say it the way I'm saying it, but I know what he means. His desired path is the Antichrist is in power because then Pete continues to, be very rich, get welfare for the rest of his life without lifting a finger. Billions. Gets to be a god on earth almost. Run with the Antichrist because we worship Satan, and that's obvious. But we have to avoid that pesky Armageddon part. What is Armageddon, for those of you that don't know? Again, it's a big battle that takes place in a known location. In the future, all the minions of the Antichrist will be called there to take on God directly or take on some righteous army directly. Christ comes back, turns it into a wine press. Ocean of blood, horse bridle high. The vultures feast on the bodies of captains and mighty men. For days, for weeks, for months. Then the lake for those minions. So death and judgment is what comes. That's what Armageddon really is. Christ comes back, kills every damn body, and then the lake, son. That don't sound fun to me. I don't know about you. So I understand why Greasy Pete is desperately out there giving these types of speeches. This scares the living fuck out of him. He knows what's supposed to happen. He knows what side he's on. He knows what he worships. And I think he knows who Donnie is. Because again, like I've been explaining lately, there are many criteria for the Antichrist, and you better make sure the person checks them all off. Donnie does. Greasy Pete does not. Others I see people point to do not check off all the boxes, leaving your political biases in the shitter where they belong, looking at it objectively. If, again, you're pointing to someone who's quietly behind the scenes not spouting abominations by the second, you are pointing to the wrong person. That's one of the criteria of the Antichrist. 42 months of blasphemies, just non-stop, baby. Who personifies that more than Donnie? Even Vlad Putin, as evil and horrible as he is, he's as bad as Hitler. I'm not fucking kidding. As bad. But he ain't the one. There have been many tyrants and murderers. Vlad ain't the one. He's not out there every day spouting abominations as if it's a reality TV show. Vlad does his propaganda when he feels necessary, using his body doubles mostly. That's it. He ain't the one out there front and fucking center. He ain't the one with his name as head of the Board of Peace of the Holy Land, son. He didn't make the deal, son. Another criteria. It's Donnie. He fits every criteria. All of it. People are so amazed, they're so shocked at what they've seen. I know. That's why I've been yelling for 10 years. I knew he was capable of all these things if allowed. Now he's allowed. And he's got the blessing, son. So he ain't going nowhere for a good minute. So buckle the fuck up. The devil gonna keep this thing alive just like he kept Adolf alive. Adolf was in horrible fucking shape by 1936. Even before 39 when the big war started. Devil kept him alive, son. Assassination attempts, devil kept him alive. That's what you're witnessing. So one of the main criteria is that person that's out there front and center just evil coming out they mouth constantly. I've never seen someone personify that like Donnie shitbags in the modern era. Hitler, way back in the 40s and 30s, maybe you could say. He was about the spectacle, which is what this Reich is based on. That's why Donnie's building an arch and a ballroom, just like Hitler was going to build. He was going to make Berlin the capital of the world. He had his architect draw up the plans. 43, excuse me. And the war ended shortly. So Germany was in the decline. So the only reason those things didn't get built, the only reason Hitler did not declare Berlin the capital of the world, they were starting to lose the war. That's it. Otherwise, it would have happened. What does that tell you about this Reich and what they're going to do when Donnie says, I want to build an arch using your money? I want to build a ballroom using your money. I'll just get Pam to give me $350. No problem. For DC, Hitler wanted to do that in Berlin. And then what did Hitler want to do? Call it the capital of the world. This is documented. It is known. I did videos on it recently on my censorship channel that has way less reach, unfortunately. Donnie wants to build an arch and a ballroom over the bunker just like Adolf Hitler wanted to. What does that mean? He wants to do with DC. Why is he having your military clean up DC? Why did he round up the homeless and take them God knows where? I don't know. Are they even still alive? I don't fucking know. Why is Donnie sweeping up the place? Why is he demolishing parts of the White House, building enormous ballrooms, taking $350 million from the Treasury? Why does he want to build an arch? What does he want to make DC then in the future? If this is all based on Nazi Germany. The world capital, son. I have a feeling there'll be a throne in Israel possibly as well. Because Donnie's the head of the Board of Peace over there. And God would definitely want Israel to be his throne, wouldn't he? Of course he would. And that's what Donnie's going to want you to view him as. And yes, son, it's going there. Have you seen a bigger narcissist with a God complex before? I haven't. Speaking of Nazi Germany, here's Hegseth giving a speech. Was this today or yesterday? My God, he was just ridiculous. But he gave the game away. Not that he isn't when he says, war every 3 seconds. This comment, this is a 1939 moment. Yeah, I know. That's what I've been yelling for 10 years. These are fucking Nazis, especially the second term. I've really seen the Nazi thing come to the forefront, starting with Leon's Nazi salute on Inauguration Day to kick it right off. A real chest slapper, too. Did it with sincerity. All I see is evil when a person does that maneuver with sincerity. And you can post all the pictures you like of Obama and different people holding their arm out. But they didn't slap their damn chests first, son. You know what it is. We know where the white nationalism is. Let's not pretend. We know where the socialism, the fascism, the Nazism is. Always been in the right wing, son. In the modern era, this is a 1939 moment. Now, there was context to this. There was a long statement, but you don't say that, son, unless you're trying to say something. I've been yelling that they're Nazis. They've shown us that they're Nazis. I've been yelling they're basing this Reich literally on Nazi Germany. Nazi Germany was based on Rome. We are new Rome. Therefore, we are new Nazi Germany now, too. Isn't that great? Again, Donnie wants to build an arch in a ballroom over a bunker, just like Hitler. The arch doesn't go over the bunker. I'm tired. He wants to build the arch in a different location in DC. Okay? That's a similarity. I can't believe this is reality. So fucking sad. I hate that you people have done this, and you know who I'm talking to. A 1939 moment. Well, you're talking, you want to give, you want to put the idea out there of Nazi Germany, of expansion, of war, because that was the last world fucking war started in 1939. Again, does it have to come so true? This whatever guy, Gestapo in Chicago, the head guy's 4'5" and wears Nazi trench coats and shit. What goddamn sewer did these people crawl out of? What sewer did you crawl out of? Who made these people happen? Again, does it have to come so true? Every other word out of Pete's mouth was war. And then he busts out, this is a 1939 moment. That was the last world fucking war. Are you ready for that, son? Again, before the election, I was yelling about stuff like this. Please don't do it. I begged you. I begged the oligarchy. I begged everybody. This is the beast. You can't put a leash on the motherfucker. Everybody thought they could. And we got drunk-ass Hegseth talking 1939 to our military. That was the last world war. Do you want your children to fight a war like that? Too late, they're going to. Too late. That's why I begged you, man. I knew what the beast would do in the warmongering department. I don't care about this Man of Peace act he started playing after he was an abject warmonger the first 6 months of his first term. And now trying to get the Nobel in between murders of fishermen and bombings of Yemen and having American military in the Middle East, again in Israel. I knew what he would do. And I knew it'd be global, son. And you got this cunt right here who has the most powerful weapon on earth at his disposal, and the devil's disposal, and the Antichrist's disposal, saying to them, on your dime, of course, you will pay for it all, the blood of your children, and some of you that are young enough to get drafted or whatever the fuck happens, that's how you will pay. He's going to take us back into 1939, back into World War II. Only this time with nukes. I bet that'll be fun. Thanks, Rubes. Again, when there's nuclear fucking fallout over your neighborhood, I'm sure owning the libs will be worth it. I'm sure that will be consolation. I ain't fucking joking either. This is the beast, son. You think he wouldn't shoot a missile off? He already started testing them again. As if we're fucking North Korea or something. Because he's a dementia-ridden child, and they're toys to him. He's never been held accountable in his life. Except for one time. When the American people said, fuck you, fuck off. And his kids crying on the tarmac as he flew away from the grift. But you allowed him to keep it going. And the people in charge in the intervening 4 years did not take it seriously and did not lock his ass up. Now it's all over. I don't even know what I was going to say. Full circle. Remember Donnie making fun of the disabled reporter in one picture? Let's look at that one. That was the first term. Really nice family values, Jesus-y stuff, I know. As president. President is held to a different standard, by the way. We all know this. Hey, the Jesus people loved it. They were all about it at the time. And this is Donnie now. Doesn't he look great? Funny how times change. Did you see that clip of him fucking passed out when Dr. Mengelaz was giving his little speech? Literally just passed out in a fucking chair. As Mengelaz is like, obesity contributes to Alzheimer's and heart disease and this and that, and you'll fall asleep and stuff like, again, begging the American people, just be healthy so we can steal more. It's our money. It's the Reich's money. We're trying to build a Reich here. Literally, that's not an exaggeration again. And my God, look at this fucking demon. fucking just Antichrist demonic corpse over there in the chair. My God, look at him. I believe it, man. When you look at his face, it's just so abnormal. The reality right now, it's different. You noticed, I know you did. Everyone noticed. It's not like it used to be. These people are caricatures of fucking human beings, like pulled straight from the depths of hell, and everybody knows it. Even the MAGA people trying to hang on to this fucking disaster. Even they know it. Question is, will you go along to the abyss? Because that's where he's taking you. Again, it doesn't matter if you agree with me. Irrelevant. Who cares? You either going with him or you ain't. Two options. I ain't. I don't know about you. Because I can tell you where this thing gonna lead you. Straight to the fucking abyss. For all time, son. That's lake fodder you're looking at right there. Why? Because he's the Antichrist. That's the only reason I say that. Because it's guaranteed in the story in the good book. You didn't know? Beast 1, Beast 2, the imp, and all the minions that took that mark. They going in, son. That's in the story. And it's guaranteed there's no, again, trade backs. So that's the only question here, not whether you agree with me, like me, don't matter. Is you going to follow this beast to the abyss? Yes or no? Those are your only two options. Yes or no. Are you going to follow this beast to the abyss? There is no indifference here. It's not allowed this time. I told you this time the bills do. That's what you're looking at. None of this is remotely normal and everybody knows it. I felt it and knew it back again 10 years ago when I'm seeing white power hand signs. I'm seeing Pepe frogs. I'm seeing a white nationalist movement. I'm seeing him invite hack fucking white supremacist journalists to the White House doing hand signs at the fucking podium. Donnie Shitbags is popular. None of that was normal, son. And now they fully reveal what they are, straight Nazis. I'm not comparing them to Nazis. They are Nazis. It's their religion. That's what they are. And they've shown it in many ways. But my God, he looks worse every day. And maybe he will just be a vegetable and they'll make an AI version of him and we got to worship it. Is that where this is going? I don't know, but it ain't going to a good place. This guy's a wreck. A fucking wreck. This is some conference with Leon Scum that looked like that. And he says, long term, the AI is going to be in charge. To be totally frank, not humans. Be in charge of us. Won't be in charge of Leon and his buddies. That's what he really fucking means. Again, this is going to be the new god of the earth now, AI. Again, what is this, a fucking movie? It's a story, I know that. One written over 1,000 years ago, and before that, too. But it's a window into the psyche, into the plan for you and me, because these people get to decide where the world goes, not us. Obviously. Guy felt comfortable enough or high enough to do a straight Nazi salute in front of the entire fucking world on Inauguration Day. Just to show us all right off the bat where it's all going, son. I said that back then. Oh, they're Nazis. Look. It's going to go where the last Reich went. Where's it going so far? Where the last Reich went. Exactly. Word for word. The oligarchy wants AI. They all have their data centers. They all have their versions of their own AI. You know the names. And it's going to be in charge. What does the story say again? What have I been saying since before the election? There's this image thing in the story that is given life, and it can go forth. An image to the beast, actually. And if you don't worship it, you die. What did Leon say? The AI is going to be in charge, to be totally frank, not humans. I told you they can police us with AI and drones. The drones are the muscle. The AI is the brain. That can be broadcast. Little mini drones can be flown to kill individuals. I've seen videos of it. They've already, a few police stations, I've shown you the vids or advertisements. Autonomous police car with a drone attached to the top that can be AI deployed. All operated via AI. I told you way before that, I showed you that. They would use AI and drones to police us. A kid in a schoolyard was eating a bag of Doritos recently, and the AI security in school identified the bag of Doritos as a gun, and the cops showed up, guns drawn, at the kid. That's an example of just one disaster. I wish I could tell you how AI has severely impacted my life in a negative way via third parties and their AI assessments of me. I can't tell you the details. One way I can explain it to you: various videos and strikes against me over the years, several of them I'm sure have been AI driven, where a human wasn't even involved. That's one thing it has cost me in this life already. Money, time, energy, my work, gone by an algorithm. How many of you has that happened to? I bet a lot. Fuck that shit. Just so they don't have to hire someone, I got a computer program taking my shit down. You don't even want to know the other. I wish I could tell you, I can't. Very serious implications on my life. Just the two stories, one of which I told you. I can't tell you the other one. So imagine all of you out there what it's done. Insurance companies, they got AI denying claims now. Medical, whatever type insurance. You don't have to have employees. Let the AI do it. You put a percentage in the computer that you got to deny, percentage that you got to approve to make it look legit and not seem like a Ponzi scheme. Every insurance company. That's some serious implications. Maybe you need some cancer work done. Maybe you need an operation, whatever, from your insurance company. You need them to cover it. And some AI bot says, oh no, you fall into the percentile. Sorry. Got to turn you down because we can't pay every claim. It's a Ponzi scheme. Sanctioned. State sanctioned one. Banking's the same thing. If we all go to the bank tomorrow and ask for our money, they're going to have it? No. What do you call that, son? A goddamn Ponzi scheme. State fucking sanctioned. Always been, son. Why do you think they shutter the fucking doors when there's a run on the bank? Because they ain't got your money. Pretty obvious when they shutter the fucking doors, right? You would think. So AI is going to be God according to Leon. I'm sure that's what Greasy Pete and Altman and all of them and Donnie want. Because the AI thing, I can tell it's been talked about between Donnie and his people and various other heads of country. I can tell the whole world's going in that direction. They all think they're going to benefit. That's going to be the end. And again, it's in the story. This image thing, this thing that's going to be in charge, you say, Leon. Interesting. Because again, in the story, there's this image that goes forth and it's given life, and it's an image of the beast, and everyone's going to have to worship it or they die. Kind of like it's going to be in charge. This is the first food info I saw today. Full food stamp benefits now restored for November thanks to federal court order. Trump White House has grudgingly dropped its appeal. No, they didn't. This was wrong. This was early in the day. Let's move on. Oh, back to Pete Hegseth, and then we'll get to the food thing again. We are not building for peacetime. Window into the psyche again. They looking to start World War fucking III, son. And then Greasy Pete out there saying maybe we can avoid Armageddon because we don't want that judgment part because I'm going in the lake and I don't want that. But then you got Hegseth, Department of War. Donnie talking about taking the head of Venezuela out, invading Nigeria. I don't understand. This road looks like it leads to fucking Armageddon. Pete, would you like to chime in? We are pivoting the Pentagon and our industrial base to a wartime footing, building for victory should our adversaries FAFO. I thought in America we've had enough of war with the Bush era and then the whole thing. No? Antichrist, World War III, Armageddon? That's what you're looking for? Obviously, a lot of you were. 77 million if those numbers are accurate. And then there's, the world population of different maggots across the globe. Because it's a mentality. It's not necessarily, you don't have to be an American. It's a mentality. And it will be, it's the dividing line between those who are of God and those who aren't. That's really where all this is going. Again, Pete just keeps telling you, we are going to war. Hey, they murdering fishermen left and right. If we keep doing, not we, the right keeps doing things like this, there's going to be some retaliation. There's going to be someone that shoots off something back at them at some point. You can never control war. Many men think they can control that fire once they start it. Oh no. Because war is just like fire. It can get out of control real motherfucking quick. And who do we have to rely on? Adderall Donnie in between naps. Drunk ass Hegseth Fox News host. Are you fucking kidding me? There are people that are real experts at war across this globe. You know that. These idiots may come up against one of them. That's urine my ass in a sling. If they get the upper hand on these fucking idiots. Not that they should be doing this shit in the first place. And again, son, when there's nuclear fallout over your fucking neighborhood, I hope owning the libs was worth it. Because that's where these fuckers are taking us. And Pete just keeps on saying it. We ain't building for peacetime. We're pivoting the Pentagon and our industrial base to a wartime footing. It's a 1939. Did that motherfucker just say 1939 and shit? Is his ass going to be on the front line with the bayonet, son? Oh, fuck no. Pete's a privileged kid. He'll be sitting back with a glass of gin while your ass is getting shot the fuck up and your mama's crying. You think I'm kidding, son? Again, that's why I've been yelling for 10 years. Not for fun. The man's saying it. You ready? You ready for the beast going forth to conquer? Conquering and to conquer, you ready for that? Because he's doing it, whether you're ready or not, son. Oh, this is Donnie demonizing the very people that voted for him, the cattle ranchers, today, because, again, his grift is showing. He's stealing people's food card money. He wants prices to go down to cover up the fact that he's literally starving you. You wouldn't be able to buy it if it was cheaper anyway because you don't have your food card. But Donnie still wants the talking point. That food is cheap. The ranchers are not helping him. So time to demonize the very people that voted for him. Again, you're dealing with a beast here. You thought you had a leash on him because you voted for him, son? You bribed him, whatever you did? No, never. Turns on everyone. I've been saying it for 10 years. While cattle prices have dropped substantially, the price of boxed beef has gone up. Therefore, you know that something is fishy. We will get to the bottom of it very quickly. If there is criminality, those people responsible will pay a steep price. Some of you ranchers ready to go to jail or get fined for millions? I suggest you lower prices then. I know the majority of you voted Donnie too. Of course you did. Looking for tax cuts, plus you MAGA. I know. Look at him now. What is he doing to you? Right under the bus, son. Because he grifting, and your beef is higher in price, and he wants a low price, so he has a talking point while he's stealing everyone's EBT money. Literally. Starving people. Millions. Cattle ranchers. His bread and butter type voters. Right under the motherfucking bus. What'd he say at the end there? If there is criminality, that means if the prices don't come down, maybe I gotta seize a few ranches and lock your bitch ass up. I know you voted for me, but who gives a shit? I'm grifting here, son. And you ain't helping me. What do you think he's doing to every business, college, country? I'm grifting, son, and you ain't helping me. So the cattle ranchers under the bus, and there's more. He wrote this thesis about them too. We'll read a little bit of that. His own voters, they don't vote liberal, son. I have asked the DOJ to immediately begin an investigation into the meatpacking companies who are driving up the price of beef through illicit collusion, price fixing, and price manipulation. Now, collusion and price fixing, I learned that in business law many, many years ago. These specific subjects, business law, price fixing, all the companies getting together and falsely inflating a price, say, well, as long as we all charge this, no one has a choice, it's illegal. Donnie's right there. Are they price fixing? I have no idea. The government would know. They'd have the people to be able to figure that out. We will always protect our American ranchers, and they're being blamed for what is being done by majority foreign-owned meat packers and who artificially inflate price. Oh, now all of a sudden he's switching to foreign. That ain't what I heard up here, though. And in the other message, I don't know about... I guess someone whispered at Donnie, the ranchers voted for you, asshole. I know your grift is important to you, but you might not want to fuck those guys over. Then he put at the end, oh yeah, those foreign meat packers. And Donnie loves you, American ranchers, so much, he's going to buy some diseased Argentinian beef to fuck your business up even more. And flood the market so your prices have to come down. I've heard you all are really happy with that idea. Again, this is a beast. Maybe you threw him a few bucks, your ranch, whatever, multi-million operation you got going. Maybe you voted for him. That don't give you a leash, son. Only Compromat does, and there's only 2 people to have it right now on Donnie. Vlad and Bibi. That's it. One day he's going to tell both of them to fuck off. Even with the compromat. Because Donnie has the biggest hammer. And they're Nazis and they don't like Jews. So they'll betray those people. And Bibi. So again, you know, there's a reason I pick these certain things to present to you, because it just shows, once again, these are his bread and butter fucking voters, cattle ranchers, for fuck's sake. And he just saying, fuck you. He was saying, fuck you earlier. The Argentinian beef thing has been talked about for weeks, and he's probably going to do it. Again, you people are just marks. And, you know, greed, you saw tax cuts, you saw racism, whatever it was for you, whatever turned you on. But in the end, it's your demise. Because this is the beast, and no one can leash him. Again, I'm showing how he's going after business and people with money. Here it is again. He's at a podium. We will target everything from car affordability to housing affordability. Donnie just learned this word a few days ago, affordability. So that's the new word as he's stealing your food money. I will instruct my cabinet that I expect results within the first 100 days or much sooner than that. So he's basically saying, I'm going to tell you people how much to charge for homes, cars. He's getting more into your businesses, just like a communist. He's taking percentages of some of your businesses. He's taking tribute from all of you. He's taking lawsuit settlements from all of you. I told you again before the election, oligarchy, I was talking to you, and you heard me, I know. I was telling you, never gonna stop hearing this. Mr. Sindar, it's so good to see you again. I know you just gave me $25.5 million, but what have you done for me lately? I need another 20 million. Is it that's cool, right? I know it is. I'll expect a check in the morning. So again, he's telling the cattle ranchers, lower your prices or I'm coming after you. His own voters. He's telling the oligarchy, who all voted for him, lower the prices of cars and houses. And if I don't see results soon to cover my grift, I don't know. Might have to do something. That's what Donnie's saying. He's a mobster. You know what he means. Maybe he locks you up, takes everything you have here. I got more here. You ready for the next one, oligarchy? President Trump expects billionaire donors Miriam Adelson, Paul Singer, and John Paulson to contribute an additional $20 million to his campaign to unseat Rep. Thomas Massie. So far, the trio have spent $2 million on attack ads on Massie. So Donnie already grifted. He already grifted them for $2 million apiece. That's what all the oligarchs come up with. Did you notice that? Back in the beginning, they all called each other up. How much you giving? Let's start with $1 million. Let's see if we can get away with that. Every single one of them gave $1 million. Do you remember? Gates, Zuckerberg, all of them laid it at his feet right day one, as if he were Caesar. So he already got these two cunts for $1 million apiece. Guess what? Miriam Adelson, Paul Singer, and John Paulson. Miriam, how you doing? Yeah, I just saw you last month. I know you gave me $1 million, but I need another 10 from you. Let's make it an even 20. I know! You rich people thought you were all-knowing, all-wise, gods on earth. And you heard a crazy man in a car with sunglasses on. Yelling about how the beast would never stop knocking at your door as you hit the censor button on me over and over. You didn't listen. Too busy hitting that button. Now you're going to be hearing this. Hey, Paul. Hey, John, what is this, the Beatles? I know you just gave me $1 million like last week. But, what have you done for me lately? I need another 20 million. Again, oligarchy. I literally said to you people, you will be the targets for this mobster, this grifter in the image of Vlad Putin, his idol, his master. Why will you be the targets? Because you got the money, son. Where else would the beast go when he needs something? Same as Vlad. How many businesses has he seized? We saw that gold oligarch. Vlad just like, I take everything you have. All your gold, your business is mine now. It's Vlad's now. The guy tried to flee the fucking country. They grabbed that motherfucker on the way out the country. Oh no, I take everything and I take you too. Everything that cunt tried to flee with. That's the beast you dealing with in the image of Vlad Putin. When Vlad wants 100 million, he just takes it from Google. 2022, read the story for yourself. When he wants a gold empire, he finds the oligarch and is, I want what you have. I am Vlad. Give it to me or die. Give it to me and die, son. I'm not joking. Again, I said before the election, do you want your country to be Russia? And how does that affect the oligarchy? Well, they fall out windows. They get all their assets taken away. They get a knock on the door for another 20 million every 3 weeks. What happens when the mob moves into town? Every business gets gouged for security. And if they don't pay, they get their legs broke, their business burnt down. And the mob takes and takes more and more till you have nothing and you got to close up fucking shop. Everybody knows how it works. On a global scale, on a countrywide scale, Vlad Putin is a great example. They steal all the money, son. And if you don't like it, you die. And a lot of them that like it die too. That's the real mob. That's what Donnie is progressing into. At the speed of light. Again, I begged you people not to do it. I told you to keep knocking at your door. This fucking country, this society, this world has been rigged in your fucking favor since the beginning of fucking time. You people have everything, more money than you could spend in 1,000 lifetimes. You still wanted more, to the point you vote for the fucking Antichrist who's going to take it all from you, son. All of it! When you had it all already. My God, that level of greed. It was already impossible to survive for most people in this country. That wasn't good enough. Your own demise, son. These three got hit up for $1 million. Donnie knows right where to go when he needs money, boy. Right to the oligarchy, exactly like I fucking said. God, it just couldn't have come more true. And he's always back for more, baby. Everybody's given more than once at this point. Tim Apple, every fucking body. Been at the table 2-3 times, depending on who they are. Not even a year in, son. You think it's going to get better or worse? You think he's going to ask for more or less? You think he's going to come less frequently or more frequently? You know the answers to all those questions, and it's too late to stop it, son. You had your chance. Too late now. This video, I'm only going to talk about this quickly. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I seeing 2 seconds of it, I am disgusted enough. It's all over the internet today. I posted it in the post section. It's of a man holding a baby or something, holding a child. He's having a seizure, and they trying to rip something away from him while he's in a car. The Gestapo. I said in the past couple videos, I could have really just said one sentence all these years. Instead of all the words I used, he's taking us straight to Satan. Only place we all going with this motherfucker. Only place the world's going. This footage is fucking horrific to watch. This man is having a seizure, and he's got people with body armor and machine guns and masks trying to rip a child away from something. Pure fucking evil, son. And there's a reason I've been telling you to get your name off it. The reason is it's pure Satan. I dare you to watch this video and defend it. I dare you to watch this video and it not affect you. If it doesn't affect you, you're just lost. It's when I wondered what the nightmare would look like if it ever happened here, if this was the end, decades ago. It would look like a guy having a seizure in a car as men with machine guns try and rip some child away from him. As if he's some serial murderer or something. Simply because there's a white nationalist movement in charge of this country right now, and they want to persecute minorities and eventually, I assume, exterminate them. That's what Nazi Germany did. How do you know we're not there already? I don't. I wouldn't put it past any of these demons. How do you know they haven't exterminated a bunch of people already? They kill all those fishermen right in front of us. We can watch the footage. It would look like Bovino in his Nazi jacket, his 4'5" ass. Mass Gestapo. Grabbing children, grabbing mothers, grabbing preschool teachers. Yeah, these are real dangerous individuals, right? Right, Rubes? Worst of the worst, right? No, that's you. And that's America now. Worst of the worst. Donnie especially, adjudicated rapist, defamer, fraud, stole 3,000 classified documents, staged a coup against the country, deployed the military against us, has mass Gestapo kidnapping people, taking them God knows where. concentration camps, annexation of Venezuela's oil in the very near future, annexation or rape of minerals from Nigeria via war. And he runs the Holy Land. He's about to build a big resort over there. This video, my God, again, certain moments in this, I expected to really see the evil as if it were some scene in a movie. This is one of those moments when that female reporter was being arrested by ICE and yelling her name to a car passing by. That was also a moment that really struck me. As, yeah, it's here, son. That dystopian nightmare. The apocalypse. Yeah, he's the Antichrist. And this is what dystopia looks like. A guy having a seizure in a car as guys with massive machine guns try and rip a child away from him, whatever the fuck they were trying to do. More about the food thing. A federal appeals court just denied a last-minute bid by the Trump administration to temporarily halt some SNAP funding during the shutdown. So, the Reich appealed the decision by the courts to dispense the food money because they want to starve you. They need riots, and Donnie probably stole the money. They lost their appeal. Did they concede then and say, okay, let's just stop starving people? Nope. They said, let's take it to the Supreme Court. Exactly what I said the other night. I told you they were going to do. Because I know they really do want to starve people. They do. It's not exaggeration. I know you've heard people say things like that over the years. No, this time it's real, son. Again, this ain't Alex Jones. This ain't your favorite political show. None of that. I wouldn't be here, son, if it wasn't the little man, the Antichrist. I swear to you, I wouldn't be here. I'd be sleeping. And so I saw this a few hours later. After an appeals court denied Trump's effort to withhold SNAP funds for hungry families, the president is appealing yet again all the way to the Supreme Court. And when I saw this, bingo, that's what I said. That's what I thought a week ago when this all started. When the first court ruling said you got to dispense the money. I know the right doesn't want to. I know they want to starve people. I know they want riots. I know they're Nazis. They want an excuse for the Insurrection Act. Donnie talks about it every 3 minutes. Giving the game away. So expect martial law in the near future. I'm thinking around election time or sooner. Again. So, fighting it all the way to the Supreme Court for the right or the ability to starve you, literally, in other words, intentionally starving you. Why would they want to do that? Either Donnie stole the money, or he wants riots, or both. Reichstag moment. Look up the Reichstag fire if you don't know what it is. That's what the Reich's been looking for since day one. That's what Miller's been trying to make happen. That's what Donnie's been trying to make happen. The Reichstag fire moment, where the dictator says, this is a big attack. I need emergency powers, martial law, insurrection. The rubes, again, they're a foregone conclusion. They'll bend right over, hand over their guns, whatever they got to do for Satan. The rest of us, we probably wouldn't want to go along. That's going to be a problem. So one more time, I want to pause on this because I knew it would happen. I know how evil these people are. Your food card money, it's now what, the 7th? You've been starved for 7 days. I thought you were getting it back today. No, we find out that the president takes it to the Supreme Court. And what did I say the Supreme Court would do, class? Rubber stamp that shit. Rubber stamp starvation. I said it wouldn't surprise me at all. They already rubber stamped him being a dictator via certain rulings. Why wouldn't they? So they rubber stamped it. Just like I said. So I guess it's 7 days and counting, no food money. I'm sure that didn't hurt people at all, right? The millions that are starving right now. Incredible. There's only one way to describe that, son. Going to the Supreme Court for the right to not give the poorest people in the land their meager amount of food card money. That's called the devil. Nothing else need be said about it. No debates need to be had. It's just the devil, son. I hope you ain't a part of it. I hope you ain't preaching that gospel, that this is a good thing, that those people didn't get their food money, because most of them are white people. I hope you understand that. Not that it should matter. I know it matters to you. Ron Filipkowski says, I've never seen an American elected official fight so hard to starve people. Well, Ron, I love you, and you've never seen the Antichrist. And that's the part you're missing here, Ron, unless you know, and you're just not saying anything. That's the part a lot of people that have followings that talk politics, that are so surprised by this, are missing. And it's real. I don't know how anyone could not know it's real at this point. My God, he's going to the Supreme Court so he doesn't have to give out SNAP food card money. As he's building a ballroom with your money. As he's going to build an arch with your money. As he had a $3 million party with your money. As he's golfing at his golf club right now on your money, putting it in his pocket at his own club. His whole entourage, baby. Yeah, Ron, you never saw the Antichrist before. I knew what this fucker was 10 years ago. Donnie Shitbags. And I was hoping this whole 10 years it wasn't him, that I was wrong. And nah, it's him. Taking the... going to the Supreme Court, arguing that I should have the right to starve millions of people in America. Don't you agree, Judge? Yeah, that's the devil. That's the Antichrist. And this is what it looks like when someone in government files a court paper document to starve people intentionally. And guess whose name's on it? In the Supreme Court of the United States, Haggard Brooke Rollins. They even wrote Haggard at the beginning there. That's fucked up. No, they didn't. Haggard Brooke Rollins, Secretary of Agriculture. And it's against Rhode Island State Council of Churches. So you've got an affiliate or a group of churches suing to get the food money out to the little children's. You've got Haggard Brooke Rollins, the Reich, and the Rubes saying the children shouldn't get the little bitch-ass amount of food money they get. I know, the Reich tells you they're all 21-year-old males who just want to stay home and play video games, right? Right, Rubes? No. That's just to get your dumb ass to preach a gospel of Satan, that's all. And to give you a talking point. As they take food, the Reich specifically, from children, the elderly, the disabled, the mentally handicapped, poor people in general, the poorest people. I know there's millions of rubes out there that would attempt to convince me that this is all very Jesus-y. That's why your ass going to the lake, son. That specific reason. Because you think that. So Brooke Rollins against the Council of Churches. Application to stay the orders issued by the United States District Court for the District of Rhode Island and request for an immediate administrative stay. Kind of reminds me of a certain rock star widow who went to court to hide the fact a daughter from a previous marriage was cut out of the fucking will. Wanted that redacted. Isn't that amazing? Kind of like this haggard-ass, disgusting demon of a woman, Brooke Rollins. Putting her name on starvation. The Supreme Court then put their name on starvation. Whew! I would not want to be those family conservative Christian Supreme Court justices. When the man comes around, because the act and the holding up the Bible, man, it ain't going to do shit for you then, son. Because something that really pisses the man off, I don't know if you know this, when you take food out of children's mouths and you go to the Supreme Court to help you do it. Oof. The lake. I would not want to have my name on this, son. Brooke Rollins, haggard-ass Brooke Rollins, puts her name on it, on the starvation. Whoo, you people are fucking evil. Don't worry, just put an extra 20 in the collection plate this Sunday. I'm sure you'll get into heaven. And this is from Reuters. U.S. Supreme Court pauses judge's order requiring Trump to fully fund food aid. That's the Supreme Court rubber stamping starvation. I don't care if they say, oh, well, Donnie has to do partial, whatever. They did a stay. They are making sure people starve longer. That's all that matters to me, son. I don't care what goddamn semantics you wrap around it. 7 days and counting, people have not gotten their food money. That's all that matters to me. Everything else is fucking noise. Again, I want you to imagine you're a person on this program, and before the end of the month, your money runs out because they don't give you enough to last a month. That's well known. So about 8 days are left in the month, and you know on the 1st your food card's about to get re-upped. And you're looking forward to that time. Why? So you can fucking eat again and not eat rocks. And then the 1st comes and you got to watch a theater of white supremacist Nazis destined for the fucking lake, the fucking fat diapered Antichrist. Intentionally withhold your food card money. Now 7 days later, fighting it in the Supreme Court so he can continue to steal your food card money. That's some hardcore evil, son. I'm glad I have no part of it. Because I wouldn't want to have to explain that to the man. I know a lot of you will try, and you will fail. I wouldn't want to be you, son. Preaching this gospel. Or being actually part of it, like Haggard, Brooke Rollins, Miss Levitt, all of them. I would not want to be you. There's no winning with the devil, son. I know a lot of you think you have a chance. I know. You do not. The Supreme Court has granted the Trump administration's emergency appeal to temporarily block a lower court order requiring full SNAP food aid payments during the shutdown, allowing Trump to continue with partial payments instead. Well, that's not all the money, son, and they hardly get anything as it is. So as far as I'm concerned, again, unless I see money on the food cards and full, I'm not talking about partial. This is a joke. This rubber stamping starvation. Is that what they think will get them into heaven? The five Republican justices or whoever is responsible for this? One of them, two of them, three of them, however many? By allowing just a significant cut, some people will get like $12 for an entire month. Do you think that's going to get you into heaven? Oh no, son. Because as far as I'm concerned, anyway, I know I'm not the man. But as far as I'm concerned, you just rubber stamp starving people, son. I don't care if partial's going out. It's 7 days late, and now you even give them their full money? When some people get $100 a month, $15, $18, $30 a month. I see what these people get. Again, I wouldn't want to be you, son. This little trick. Oh, well, let's let partial kind of go out, but not really. Because, you know, these people get so much money. As far as I'm concerned, the Supreme Court just rubber stamped starvation. We finally at the fucking end, thank God. Again, all this is Satan, son, taking you straight to Satan, the abyss, and the lake. If you down with this Reich, I suggest you stop being down. When the mark comes around, you best say no, because you will not get another chance at it. You get one chance to say fucking no to that, or it will cost you all. If you follow Donnie to the abyss, expect plague upon plague, death by Christ, and then the lake. I wouldn't make that choice. We're at the point in the dystopia, in the apocalypse, in the fucking nightmare, where Caesar and the Reich are literally, intentionally starving millions. We're on day 8 now. And the Supreme Court rubber stamped it. Have a wonderful evening.